Hi, everyone, and welcome to Poe on the Go. My name is Clearwater Chad. Poe will be with us momentarily. Poe's actually on the phone, like he said in the chat, with the legendary A.A. Ron Levin Smith. So how's everyone doing? Looks like we got a lot of great people in the chat as always. Grant Thep, great to see you. Helen, great to see you. Care Lee, hi. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Laura, Wayne's World, how you doing? Great to see you guys. And like I said, my name is Clearwater Chad. For anyone that doesn't know, I have my own channel. If anyone wants to check that out later, it's just called Clearwater Chad. How you doing, Connor? And snow in Clearwater is Clearwater Buffalo is melting. Well, you live close enough to. It's melting. It's melting pretty good. We did have 3 storms at the same. Hey, Megan, we did have 3 storms in Clearwater, Buffalo at the same time, or within this about a week. So the snow got, it was over 6 feet tall, like the banks. But it's melting nicely now, which, we like snow in Clearwater, Buffalo, or else we wouldn't live here. Am I right, folks? You guys know I'm right. You guys know Chad did it. How's everyone's weather? Excuse me. How's everyone's weather in your hometown? And how you guys doing? How you doing, T Freak Show? Sorry if I got your name slightly wrong there. Highborn Ancient, North Wales. Oh, foggy. Oh, yeah, it is foggy over here too, Grand Theft. See, we're close enough. We get the same fog. Very foggy. Almost dangerously. Yeah, Laura. Buffalo definitely gets hammered with snow. We're so used to it. It's not really a huge deal. And like Poe said, he's on the phone with Aaron. They're talking about future projects and stuff like that. So I'm just glad I'm with you guys. Yeah, I'm glad Poe has me on. Like I said, I'm off on the weekend, so I can come. And Nasty Nathaniel, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, or at least watch the replay tomorrow. Poe will have on. Well, I'll be here too. Nasty Nathaniel again. Talk about the A1 audits. And 45 and wet in Philly. That's from I can't fully pronounce it. T Freak Show. That's cool. It's about. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Sorry, I worked today, so I'm tired, folks. It was about. I think it got up to about 39 here in Buffalo. A little overcast and foggy, just like Grant Staff said. But that's warm for Buffalo. Oh, excellent. McClure found us through Aaron. Yeah, like I said, Poe has his own channel. I have my own channel too. If you guys want to check that out later, just called Clearwater Chad. I do a lot of parodies. I do a parody of Tampa Brad, which is called Clearwater Chad, my original character, and I have about a half dozen characters now. Hey, Mandy, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. I have a parody of Grant Cardone, which is Griff Calzone. I have a parody of Marty Rathman, which is funny too. I have Scotty Kilmore, which is Auto Mechanic, a parody. And then I have my favorite one, which is Frank Amadeo. He's a disbarred attorney that tried to take over the world in real life, and he's my favorite one. We have a lot of fun videos doing that. Oh, In-Car Soul. Snow is gone in Clearwater, Mass. We'll be back tomorrow. Not as chilly as the reception DM guy from the judge. That's funny. Yeah, no, Ben. Maybe I know you were busy. I was busy. I'm trying to be. This past month, I've been. Oh, welcome back.
Howdy. Folks. Sorry, folks. Got some things in the works, and Mr. A.A. Ron gave me a shout right after his live there, so I do apologize. Chad, what's going on? What have you been talking about?
Oh, we've been talking about the weather in not only Clearwater, Buffalo, but everyone's hometown, and just catching up with everyone, Paul.
Excellent. Where's everybody from? If I don't know you, hey, Twisted's back in here. Thank you 45 and wet in Philly. Yeah, it's about the same here in Michigan. It's nasty. My sump pump has been going crazy. Let's see here. Connor Flanagan, they're praying for snow in Tahoe. Whoa. Now, y'all ain't used to a lot of snow out there in that area, are you? Or wait a minute, Tahoe, I do believe they do get snow out there. Now, let's see. We got Megan, Grand Theft Hoopty, Born Ancient. That's how I feel nowadays. How about you, Chad?
Oh, absolutely. I'm feeling my age nowadays, Paul, especially with the cold.
Yeah. Lori Waldy, Helen, is it Piggott or Pigot? And Colonel Brock, Karen Lee. All right, folks. And Wayne's World of Science and Technology. So, and I'm sure I missed somebody if I did. Oh, Mandy Gonzalez, what's up? Encarnasol, howdy. Snow all gone in Clearwater, Massachusetts, Chad.
Excellent.
Let's see. Jen Lowe, Grace and Faith for All. Is it Danette or Danae McClure? Beans Mama. That's a cool name. I like that one. First found you through Aaron. Oh, thank you very much. And then who is it that's got me on the phone? Our pal Marjan. Marjan sends me a lot of great ideas. Pup Groomer 20, awesome. Come here, pup. He's busy destroying another one of his expensive toys that we buy him. We buy them for dogs about 4 times his size, and he breaks through them in minutes. I'm going to have to vacuum in here for sure. Let's see. Cy, what's going on? Roberta Curry. Hey, and Clearwater Chad's here too. Awesome. So, well, the news world around Scientology moves at such a hectic pace. It's not even funny. And Lena's here. So welcome. It's 34 degrees in Arctic Norway. That doesn't sound very Arctic to me. I'm playing. Donna Leonardo.
Well,
I don't know. Did I say the name wrong? I don't understand. So Linda Hyatt, Savannah, Georgia, 74. Man, I love that area. Man, some great herping out there. So as I was saying, and I don't know if I'd said it or not, Chits is in here also, down from Balahama. So as we all know, I don't know what you call him, but he's thinks he's somebody who has literally turned himself into quite the person, and that would be Mr. Masterson. You know what? I'm taking that off. I can't stand to look at that. Let's see. May not chat, but listening. That's fine, Pup Groomer. If you don't know already, he's been convicted. He was sentenced to life. What was it? Life with the possibility of parole and 30.
Yep.
And a lot of people are reporting it as 30 to life, but I mean, in all honesty, it's a bit different to be actually sentenced 30 to life. 30 means that's where the cap off is, and that you can be released anytime after that. Life with the possibility of parole and 30 is a little bit different. Nasty Nathaniel, who will be with me tomorrow night. So now, Nasty, you are the true legend around here. And Laura, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that super chat. Let's see if I can get things to stop for a minute. But since Mr. Masterson has been convicted of the the horrible things that he's done, I don't even want to discuss that. Something's come up that is really interesting. We have all thought that he was going to file an appeal as quickly as possible. And one of the things we know is that must be moving forward. Apparently, he has new attorneys that are working for him. And so just recently, they filed a motion where they were requesting a bail for him to be able to be out and work on his own defense while he's awaiting the appeals process. And Judge Almeida was not hearing it. And quite honestly, here's what Judge Almeida had to say. If the defendant's conviction and sentence are upheld on appeal, he will likely remain in custody for decades and perhaps the rest of his life. In light of the fact that the defendant has no wife, defendant now has every incentive to flee and little reason to return to prison to serve out the remainder of his lengthy sentence should his appeal be unsuccessful. I think that's a pretty straightforward statement from the judge there as to this is a joke, right? We're not even going to hear this. This guy's looking at a minimum of 30, and he could be spending the rest of his life behind bars in the Gray Bar Motel. And you're expecting me to put a cash amount on what we can do to let him out during that time. Okay, Donna, I don't, you know what? I
can address that, Poe. I'm sorry if it upsets people. People don't know that I'm joking, Poe, with when I say Levin Smith. And Aaron does know that I say that on the first videos, the ones that he put on his channel.
Okay.
I did actually say Levin Smith, and he did laugh at it, so he's okay with it.
So, folks, just a little bit on it. When Chadford broke into the scene as Clearwater Chad, he was doing a parody of what someone who would be in Scientology, possibly even in OSA. And there's a lot of new people who are here on the channel who may not know it. So oftentimes he will do things that he will say things that are based off of prior things that have happened. And as like he was saying, this is something that Aaron even played around with and has thought is pretty funny. And didn't it come from your original days where you were doing the whole parody thing where you were saying it like that?
Sorry, cut you off. Yeah, my very first 5 videos, the ones that he put on his channel, the first, and he laughed at him when I said Levin Smith. I kept saying it, Levin Smith, and he was laughing at it.
Yeah. And Gene and Laura, that's a very interesting question. What happened to his wife? And then Laura Waldy, Danny and Bijou are now divorced. I mean, quite honestly, I've got mixed feelings about that. I mean, one, was she holding on to the hopes that maybe he was going to be exonerated, found not guilty in this, or was it something else? And then after the sentence, the conviction had come down and the sentence had come down, I mean, is it now more a matter of self-preservation, what's going on with them in their own lives that it went this course? Who knows what happened? What we know is that they're either in the process or have actually divorced after 12 years of marriage. So it's an interesting thing with that. And I was going to hit on that a little bit later. And let's see here. I'm just looking. Clearwater Chad, if anyone remembers that. And that was also a playoff of the what was his name? Tampa Brad, I think his name was. I think it was also a play. Aaron actually asked for it, didn't he?
Aaron actually, I cut you off. Aaron actually gave me the name. He put out the challenge. If anyone wants to call themselves Clearwater Chad. Okay,
that's cool. Laura, I think it was done to hide assets. If there ever was a civil trial, that's a very good thing as well. Got a question here. Let's see here. Would you also go into the judge's comments regarding the weapons, outstanding missing weapon? And I was going to. I don't know if that would fall under an ATF or if it would fall under the state or local. And but the comments about the weapons as well. I mean, did they have illegal weapons? What was going on with them? And apparently there was quite a cache of weapons, and that was supposed to have been given up, if my understanding, as terms of the bail agreement from the original what were the original proceedings that were going on with it. and to find out that there's actually a cache of weapons, and a lot of them are considered the assault type weapon or something like that. That's pretty crazy. Why wouldn't you do as you're told? I mean, here it is. You're getting ready to face a court proceeding, and you didn't do one of the things as part of your bond agreement or your bail agreement, is that you don't have these things. And then we also have the fact of, my understanding is that there's a missing one. So that's a very serious thing, to have one that comes up and it's missing. That's not something you just lightly go over on these things. And I think that definitely there should be a formal investigation into it, if not directed by the judge. It should be by the local agency that would have dealings with it. And I got some folks were emailing me and messaging me about the attorneys and the whole process, and them asking about it and everything. And when I talked to, I was looking at something in the comments there. One of the things, they're very upset with these attorneys. And when I was speaking with Zach Morgan, one of the things we talked about when he came on my channel and we did the live stream was the fact that an attorney's job is that they are supposed to fight for their client as best as they can. That's actually part of what they are supposed to do. Some states, that's actually part of the legal process. And oftentimes in a trial, if they can prove that they got improper representation from their attorney, that can be grounds for a mistrial. So it's, when you think about it with attorneys and what's going on with them, there's often, when you see it on television and everything like that, you see the attorneys that are basically telling their clients, don't tell me. They're saying, things like that. An attorney's job is to fight every inch of the way that they can. And so it's not surprising that that's going to happen. And, the thing is that, with the attorneys, I know a lot of attorneys. I've known a lot of attorneys for years. And it's like with police officers. Most of them are good people trying to do the right thing. One of but there are those out there that they call ambulance chasers and things like that do some pretty unscrupulous things. And the thing is oh, that's a good one there. Nasty, I'm going to star that one. I want to put that up in just a second here. But, thing is that's part of their job, and you can't get angry at the attorneys for doing it. And especially if an attorney finds an actual loophole, it's only through those instances where those loopholes are found and they're put to rest that we really find a way to change that, get the laws changed, get things corrected so that bad people aren't on the streets when they shouldn't be. Nasty, I'm on my way to LA to meet up with an old fling. We'll be having drinks and let me guess, margaritas in Hollywood tonight. Should I swing by Scientology Info Center? What do you think, folks? You think Nasty Nathaniel, our legendary 1A auditor, should swing by the Scientology Info Center there in Hollywood? Let us know in the comments there. I personally think you should.
So
Round out the night, have a nice little, after drink walk, and go by, say, hey, what's up? So, and that leads me into, that's a good point. Make sure it's still closed. And I think Aaron actually hit on this, is that, there's a big difference in, you reading this, Nasty? We got definitely hell yes. So got a thumbs up from Salty Brider. So I believe folks are in unison with you on that. They're unison with me that you should get your butt over there. And Monica Unknown says swing by, but don't get arrested. And so does Marjan. So, Nasty's been doing this for a long time. He's one of the biggest in the game when it comes to 1A auditing. And that's why when I have him on, I want to wring his brain for as much information as we can get, because he knows this stuff inside and out. And I don't think Nasty's worried about getting arrested. Let's see. Hey, Duncan, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining us tonight.
And we love Nasty's style, the way he audits.
Yeah. That's personally the way I would like to do it. Is and Marilyn Honig's in here too. I'm just wondering, because we all know about a certain little history of someone being confined against their will, if maybe old Marilyn there is coming in under two different names. We're just wondering. Hashtag free Duncan. So no, I'm joking, folks. That's been an ongoing thing. Victoria, welcome. But Nasty's comment leads me into the next topic. And I had spoken with Marilyn about this, and I also spoke with Aaron Levin Smith about this. And I know Aaron Smith Levin. Nasty says if he gets arrested, he's going to be calling me. I don't know what you're calling me for, brother. I'm retired, broke, and 2,300 miles away from you. Call Jeffrey Augustine. But make sure you get it all on live so we can see it. One of the things that I've been thinking about is that we have a lot of folks that are in the community that are not part of the actual YouTube and where they're live streaming and they're doing content, but they want to be involved. So I was talking with Aaron about it, and Marilyn and I had also talked about it. And we think something that would be really the best way to handle it, because originally one of the things I was thinking about was doing like a night where we would go out and we would, everybody would go out and peacefully protest or 1A audit the org nearest them. And so as we were talking about it, there's a few problems with that. Number one is how do you get it all put together so that everybody does it the same night? Is everybody going to be available to do it that night? Are people going to get upset because they can't be out there on that night? And so that makes it a problem there in and of itself. Number two, and logistically, that can be a real problem. Number two is, if we do it on a set day or set night, then that gives Scientology the heads up on it. They know what's going on. So that's bad, because what do? Just like they've been doing in LA or Hollywood, they've been basically shutting them down, covering the windows. You can't see in, there's nobody around, there's nothing going on. So that in and of itself just basically kills it, because you might be out there doing it, but if they're closed, they don't care. And part of it is we want to show a unified community on this. So what we're talking about is, and on Monday night, I'm going to have a live stream calling all SPs. I'm going to lay it out, but basically we want to start getting away from talking the talk and walking the walk. And we know that we have a lot of you in the community that are very interested in getting out there and helping out. You just don't know what to do. But we're coming up with, we're formulating a plan for this. And so what we're going to do is on Monday night, when I talk about it in the Calling All SPs program, is I want to go over a lot of things that we want to do with this and how we want to get it, how we want to put it together. And quite honestly, Aaron had an awesome idea, and I think that would work out really good with this, and it would help a lot of other people out with it. So it's a matter of, I've always been one of those, if I'm going to talk the talk, I walk the walk. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to do what I say. And my wife will tell you, there's been times where I have said I would do something, and just one thing or another led to it being much more of a burden than we originally thought it would be. But I still kept my word to it. And sometimes it's even cost us money having to make up for it. But that's life, folks. And I believe in being one of those people that if I'm giving you my word, I'm going to stand by it. So, Chad, what do you think? You got one near you?
Oh, I mean, I can go to the Buffalo Org when it's open. It
Mhm.
seems. I mean, there's no one there, but I could still go there. Film.
That's one of the things we're gonna touch on is about how, when, where, those kinds of things. Now, listen, if it's going to be a 4-hour drive, and someone was saying 4 hours to the Las Vegas org, I mean, if that's going to be something that's going pup groomer, if it's going to be something where that is actually going to put you out money and all that, I mean, the thing is if you do it, we would absolutely love it. But if it's going to be something you don't have that extra money to spend on the gas to go there, possibly get a hotel room while you're there, you don't have that extra money to do it. I don't want you, putting yourself in debt for something like this. The mere fact that you would think about it, that it would be something you'd be interested in, props to you, kudos to you. So if you can't do it, by all means, like I said, I don't want someone putting themselves into debt to do it. But if you can do it and it's local and you're willing to get involved, and like I said, Monday night, we're going to go over this more in depth. But my biggest thing is I want everybody to be safe. And I want you, if you're going to do these things, do it in a way you're following state, federal law on these things. I don't want you putting yourselves in harm's way. I don't want you getting yourselves, by all means, I don't want you getting arrested. When Chad and I actually go down to Clearwater to join Aaron for some of the 1A auditing of the Clearwater, of the city, basically, one of the, I'm fully prepared. If it comes down to it and I end up going to jail, I go to jail. How do you feel, Chad?
Chad doesn't want to go to jail, but I mean, we're not going to jail.
Yeah, and if it happens, it happens. I'm certainly not going to do anything that's going to press for me being arrested. So if it ends up I get arrested, there's going to be a problem. So, and hopefully I'm going to be able to keep Chad out of harm's way on that stuff too. But that's the thing. If it happens, it happens. But at some point you got to make a stand. Let's see. Born Ancient, Manchester, UK is my nearest, and it's about an hour away from me. I attempted to go in video there, but I don't live stream. I have no clue they're in Manchester, but I'm interested. Well, I found something really interesting out is if you go to you do a Google search, where are the Scientology orgs at? It actually, you can get it from Scientology themselves on their website. So just don't go too deep and get yourself caught up in it. Awesome. Got a place to stay that is much okay. Yep. Come join me Monday night. I'm going to, because we're still in a stage where I had an idea, and that's when I made the announcement last night. When I said it last night, I was going to be making an announcement tonight. And then I thought about it. I said, there's a few people I want to talk to. Very first person I called was Marilyn. Marilyn Honig at Coffee Cults and Crafts. And you saw her husband, Duncan, who was free as an eagle. So I called her because I respect Marilyn's viewpoint on things, and I know that she's going to be honest with me about it. So that's why I called her up. And she and I talked about it. And one of her pieces of advice, which I was already thinking, was call AA Ron and get his opinions on it. Speaking with him just for a few minutes, it clearly, he had some excellent ideas for it, and he had a couple of excellent offers to go with it as well. So going to get things formulated down to where it's we've got it so we can lay it out there for everybody and how that we'd like to see it done. And I think that Aaron's suggestions on a couple of things really help us out with a lot of the logistics matters of it as well. So that's what we're looking forward to, folks. We really want to start working on this and get it to be a matter of we're not just sitting behind a camera on YouTube, sitting in my office here, Chad and his on his yacht, and actually going out there, putting boots to ground, doing what we're wanting to see done. And a lot of people have been messaging all of us about how they want to do more. They want to become more involved. They want to get things done. And that's, this will be an opportunity to do it. Let's see here.
Can I interject, Bo?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
With the concerns about going to jail, folks. Now, if that happens, I have an attorney friend. His name is Frank Amadeo. He can clear any and all allegations and prove anyone's factual innocence. Thank you, Bo.
Well, I just don't. I think that the mere thought of taking Clearwater Chad into custody would be something that make them all think twice. So,
thank you, Bo.
I mean, that's a monstrous feat in itself.
Frank could defend anyone in our group. You, Levin Smith, anyone.
Yeah. Let's see, Lena. 22-hour drive. Women drivers. No, I'm joking. My wife drives faster than me by a long shot. I'd swing by the Oslo org in April, May when I'm south anyhow. Just a tiny org in Norway, and luckily no tax exempt status. That's awesome. That might be why it's a tiny little org. But they still need to get, and exactly, still need to get the info out about them and what they do and how shady everything is. So the thing is folks, if you're worried about it and you're scared of doing it, don't. Okay. Biggest thing is safety, feeling comfortable. And we're going to go over a few things. And tomorrow night, when I speak to Nasty, we're going to talk about the, about that as well. About, as we're talking about the differences between A1 and protesting, that's something that that's some things I want to talk to him about as well. So Sunday night, going to have Nasty Nathaniel on, and it's going to be defining A1 auditing versus protesting. And then on Monday or Sunday night, and then Monday I'm going to be doing the call all SPs. Chad will be joining me Sunday night. Unfortunately, he's got to work Monday, but hopefully I'm going to be able to have a guest on me, a surprise guest on with me Monday, and lay it all out. What are your thoughts? What are your any comments you got? Hey, Apostate Alex is in here. Let's see here. Excuse me, clean driving record here as the Eagle. How many speedies? Yeah, but when we know that you've been pretty much identity thefting him for 30 years now, we know who's been getting them tickets. Let's see. I'm a professional trucker. I've been driving 35 years. I drive safe. I know, folks. Please, it's in jest. All right. I had someone actually tell me in an email after one of my live streams, why are you so afraid of women? I'm not afraid of women, but I have a lot of high respect. The strongest people I've known in my life, my grandmother, my mother, my wife, all three women, the three of the strongest people I've ever known. So yeah, I have a lot of respect. So please don't think that when I'm joking that in any way I am disrespecting women. Believe me, it's not a thing. But folks, if you got any questions, go ahead, throw them out there now. If you got any comments, go ahead. Now's the time to do it. Chad, what else you got going on with you?
Oh, I was just trying to think, Poe. I mean, like I said, if anyone needs any law advice, just ask Frank Amadeo. You know what I mean? He's available anytime.
All righty, that's pretty awesome. How is Chaz doing? Haven't seen him on in a while. What's going on?
Yeah, he's on his he's playing his video games right now, so he's pretty
okay. So he's doing good. Yeah. Of course, my kids are grown. We're doing the whole. They're calling me hourly, asking me about updates on watching One Piece because they're way ahead of me. Oh yeah. I'm not a big, not big into professional sports, but Lions are playing tomorrow, and my understanding is if they win this one, they're on their way to the bowl. So good luck to them. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you very much.
I agree with Marilyn.
like I said, I try to keep it to, if I'm going to talk it, I'm going to walk it. And there's a lot of people that say that they will, or say I can do that, but I believe in being one of those. If I'm going to talk it, I'm going to walk it, and you're going to see the truth out of me. Nobody's 100% honest, folks. All right, that's just how it is. I try to be as honest as possible about things. Literally, what you see is what you get. 55-year-old retired cop whose body's busted up and he feels like he's about 200 years old. So what about you, Chad?
Well, back to the women, folks. Now, Chad doesn't feel the same as Poe with women. Chad feels that women should be in the kitchen, cooking and cleaning for Chad, making him a sandwich, folks. Am I right?
And if you don't know it, folks, that was part of the original Clearwater Chad parody. It's funny because I'm the one who does almost all of the cooking in my house, so ain't no getting in the kitchen. But all right, folks. Well, wanted to get that out there, let you know what we got coming up. Like I said, tomorrow night we're going to have our pal, the legendary A1 auditor, Nasty Nathaniel's going to be joining us, and then Monday we're going to be making the official announcement and calling all SPs. So as always, folks, your time is precious. I thank you for spending it with me. There's nothing greater than having the support of friends and the support of a community. And that's one of the things we're trying to build here, is a very open, welcoming, and communicative society here, a community. You may not agree with what I have to say, but you have a right to say it. All right. As I have a right to say what I think and what I believe. And I support that. And, but some of the people who've said some really interesting things about law enforcement and all that, like with them, I made a point of, yep, say it. I even put their statements up there, unless I think that they're vulgar and they don't need to be in the chat. I put those statements up there because you have a right to have your own voice, your own opinion. We may not agree, and I may call you out on it if I feel that it's not true, but you still have a right to have that voice. And I want to see people using their voices. I want to see you standing up, being proud, being strong. And that leads into my old saying, we get one shot at life. It's short, so make it count.